Hello and welcome to your EPL Index Transfer Daily Show on the 4th of July. The PSR hangover is continuing. A lot of deals have went quiet, a lot of speculation has gone quiet. So we're really quiet in terms of completed deals, but there's been a few key Fabrizio Romano updates that we need to crack into. And then we'll end with some paper gossip that we could either squash them rumours or we can have a look at how likely they are to happen. So yeah, completed deals, not a lot to talk about really. Just Everton have completed the signing of Element and Die from Marseille for £15 million. It's a strange signing, I'll be honest. It's a strange signing. Obviously previously at Sheffield United, where he was really highly rated and highly thought of. Moved to Marseille for a decent figure. I can't quite remember off the top of my head. But he scored just 4 goals in 46 appearances for Marseille since making that move, and Everton have brought him to Goodison Park for £15 million, a decent amount of money. But it's definitely one of those exciting ones. It's quite a fun transfer, one that you can look out for at the start of the season, see how he grows. Obviously, Calvert-Lewin speculation continues whether he'll be here next season, so maybe he could take his place. But yeah, it's quite a nice little signing for Everton. It's an exciting one. So yeah, but that is the only completed deal to report on as it stands. But going into the Fabrizio Romano updates, there's a lot to break through here. So we'll start off with Man United. Obviously, Joshua Zirkzee has been linked, but that's not what Fabrizio Romano has been reporting on today. It is in fact Matthias de Ligt, the Bayern Munich centre-back, linked with a move to Man United for £50 million. Romano is reporting that the player himself has given the green light to the potential move to Man United, but Man United only. So it seems like the player does want Man United. Bayern are holding out for that £50 million price tag, which I think Man United will end up agreeing on. They're currently trying, according to Romano, trying to build up to that £50 million with add-ons, whereas Bayern Munich want a lump sum for the player. But I think this one will get done at some point in the window. It's an interesting signing. Obviously, was at Ajax and went to Juventus. Went to Bayern Munich. It hasn't worked out. Going to be the four really big clubs at the age of 24, 25. He'll be hoping to nail down a place at Man United and made that his home. It's definitely an interesting signing. But Man United aren't the only team in the market for a centre-back. Romano also reported that Chelsea and Arsenal are working on deals for Ricardo Calafiori, the Bologna defender, who's obviously impressed a lot at Euro 2024. This is a really exciting deal for whoever gets Calafiori. He's a brilliant player, left-footed defender. They are the gem in the transfer windows at the minute. That is what everybody wants, and there's not many of them to a good level going round, but Calafiori definitely offers that. Romano does report that Mikel Arteta has approved that deal. He wants the player to join Arsenal next season. Separately to Romano, Italian reports are claiming that Arsenal have had a £39 million bid rejected for the defender. Bologna holding out for around £47 million. That is about 53 million euros roughly. I think it works out at. But as Romano said, Chelsea are working on the deal as well. But it seems like Arsenal are leading the race. Juventus are also interested. But I think he'd be a perfect fit for Arsenal. You know, Zinchenko, obviously not nailing down a place. Kiwior playing a lot of football on that left-hand side of Arsenal's defence last season. Calafiori would fit the bill perfectly for that role. So that's a really promising deal for Arsenal. You know, Liverpool were interested. A lot of Liverpool fans wanted Calafiori to be at Anfield next season. That looks like it's not going to be the case, and Liverpool are potentially looking at different options in the defence. So all fingers are pointing towards Arsenal at the minute, and I think it'll be a brilliant signing. So yeah, that's definitely one to keep an eye on. Staying with the Romano updates, just a couple more to go through. One that we've been expecting for a while, going back to Bayern Munich, obviously trying to offload de Ligt to Man United, but they have completed a signing of João Palhinha, one that has been in the works since last summer, if you remember, broke down on deadline day. Obviously, we all know how good João Palhinha is. Their fee is expected to be around €50 million, around £43 million. and he's expected to sign a 4-year contract at Bayern Munich. Club confirmation is expected soon. Obviously, the player definitely wanted this move. We've known that since last summer. So it was only really a matter of time before this one got over the line. And the interesting one about this is obviously Joshua Kimmich linked with a move away from Bayern Munich to a host of Premier League clubs. Arsenal, Man City and Liverpool, more specifically, have been linked with a move for Kimmich. So potentially this arrival of Paulinho opens the door for that to happen. That is not what Romano says. That's just me speculating. There's no real report on that other than the interest of the clubs. But to me, it points towards Kimmich potentially leaving this summer, in my opinion. So yeah, continuing with the Romano updates. This one's a really interesting one that just got reported on in the closing hours of last night. About Lucas Paqueta at Flamengo. The West Ham star obviously linked with a move to Man City in the past. Teams like Liverpool have highly rated him. He was expected to move to Man City for around 60 million last summer, and that move didn't materialise. He's since obviously had the betting suspension, which is reportedly from UEFA, so it only applies to European football. So yeah, Flamengo in the Brazilian team, in a shock move of open talks with West Ham to get that move completed. Talks are ongoing according to Romano. No fee have been disclosed because obviously that's a tricky one. He was really highly rated and quite valuable to West Ham. But, with this ban, his stock values dropped massively. Like Man City obviously aren't going to be interested in a player who's going to be banned for the foreseeable. There was even talk about him being banned, a lifetime ban from European football, so all those moves are now dead in the water, and West Ham will be keen to at least get some of the cash back on him. So maybe this does happen. He's Brazilian, going back home where this ban doesn't, so he can keep on playing football. And Romano reports that Flamengo are hoping to get this deal wrapped up as soon as the Copa America finishes. So yeah, it's all a bit of a mess for Lucas Paqueta. It's not how anyone saw his career or time at West Ham panning out, our time in the Premier League. There's no doubt he's a brilliant player, and all those teams were interested for a reason. But with this whole betting ban, there's not much that they can really do about that. And then finally, in terms of Romano updates, this one was a bit earlier than the rest. Just a quick confirmation: the Carney Chukwuemeka at Chelsea does have a £40 million release clause. AC Milan are interested, according to reports. But Chelsea are standing firm on that evaluation. They will not budge on that evaluation. It will cost 40 million to get Chukwuemeka out of Chelsea, who obviously trying them from Aston Villa last summer. So 40 million for Chukwuemeka. I struggle to see anyone paying that. But AC Milan are interested in the Chelsea player. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Chelsea have got a host of midfielders. Just signed Kieran Dewsbury Hall, who plays in a similar sort of advanced role to Chukwuemeka. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Chelsea choose to do with that one. Staying with Chelsea, this is not Romano but other reports. Mr. Chelsea have given the green light to Chilwell and Amanda. Broja specifically obviously wasn't helped by Rodrigo Muniez's brilliant form for Fulham, but Broja has said himself that there is still a possibility that he stays at Chelsea. But Chelsea are obviously trying to raise some funds, and the reports are that Maresca prefers Marc Cucurella at the left-back spot, hence the reason why Ben Chilwell could leave. But the fees that they're going to be demanding for these players are going to be hard to reach. In terms of Broja, again, AC Milan and other Serie A teams and German teams are interested, but again, it massively depends on the fees that Chelsea are going to be demanding, and that's yet to be disclosed at the moment. So definitely wants to keep an eye on. Obviously, Chelsea have been really busy with incomings. We're awaiting confirmation of Aaron Anselmino from Boca Juniors. That's 14 million, and then that will be the 5th signing for Chelsea, as we mentioned yesterday. So they do need to start balancing the books. There's not place in the squad for everyone, so I wouldn't surprise me if those two players left at some point in the summer. Chilwell may be a bit more debatable. I think Broja will leave, but then yeah, that's all of the Fabrizio Romano updates and the confirmed deals. Obviously, just Ndiaye to Everton is the only confirmed deal at the moment. But then just to finish off today's episode, on the 4th of July, paper gossip, Real Madrid are reportedly interested in William Saliba. That is one that I do not see happening at all. I think this is just pure paper talk. Arsenal aren't going to let Saliba go. Long time left on his contract. Saliba's established himself as one of the best defenders in the league, if not the world. Often compared with Virgil van Dijk, which is high praise in itself. I have no doubt that Real Madrid would love to sign someone like William Saliba, but there's no way Arsenal are going to let him go. And to be honest, I don't think Saliba will be pushing for a move out the door. He seems to be on board with the Arsenal project at the minute. So, yeah, I struggle to see that one happening. And then the final bit of news, this one is paper gossip, but a bit more realistic. It's about Borussia Dortmund, obviously interested in Pascal Gross of Brighton. But the report is if they fail to land Pascal Gross, they will target Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, and I do see this one potentially happening if they do miss out on Gross. Obviously, Tottenham completed the signing of Archie Gray for around 35 million yesterday. He was expected to play, although he played a lot of games at right back for Leeds. His natural position is at that base of the midfield, or maybe he's at 8 because he's that progressive on the ball, almost as a shuttler, so energetic on the ball. With Bentancur, Sarr, all seemingly highly rated by Postecoglou. Højbjerg was always kind of the added-on man. He got games here and there when people were suspended. Basuma as well was linked with a move, but he seems to be staying put at Tottenham, so it wouldn't surprise me if Højbjerg was moved on this summer, and Dortmund could potentially be a destination for him. So yeah, it's quiet in terms of completed deals. PSR hangover. A lot of these teams have had a really busy past week, and they seem to be taking the foot off the gas a little bit, just taking the time to evaluate their positions. But no doubt there'll be a really exciting few weeks coming up with a lot of completed deals. Just the one completed deal today. Obviously, Fabrizio Romano give the here we go on João Palhinha, just to recap. But yeah, hopefully things will start to pick up again soon. Some of the big clubs are yet to really make strides in the market. Man United have been linked with a lot, but haven't made any moves. Man City have been really quiet. Liverpool have been really quiet. So that's all expected to happen at some point. It's only early July, 4th of July today. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on that. And the best place to keep up to date with all your transfer news is EPLindex.com for podcast articles. So yeah, keep an eye out on there, and obviously keep an eye out for tomorrow's episode of EPL Index Transfer Daily, where we'll hopefully have much more transfer news to go through and less paper gossip. But until then, yeah, I'll see you there.